Hey guys, what's up? I'm back. Today we're going to be talking about the 2020 NHL Draft. I know that it's only last year, this is 2021 season, so they've not even had a year's worth to develop. However, got a little water. So obviously they haven't had that much time to develop and show their skills. However, there are some feelings that I have, and we will definitely be doing a revisiting later on down the line of this topic. But there are some stuff I want to cover. I've been wanting to do this YouTube video for a little bit now, and say hi to my cat, that's Rose. She's a mix between an a-hole and just the sweetest thing in the world. It really depends on the hour, honestly. So see, she's in a lovely mood right now. But yeah, we are definitely going to be revisiting this, but there is some stuff that I want to say my stuff on, that I want to cover here. Say hi to the camera. The first thing is, sorry, I'm kind of double tasking. Cats are very demanding animals. But here's the thing. NHL Draft, nothing here is set in stone. Nothing is what I'm saying is going to be set in stone for at least 4 to 5 years. And things could change. But this is just maybe a preliminary kind of thing. Oh, she's just muting, sorry. But yeah, this is my thoughts on the 2020 NHL Draft. This may be a shorter video. I don't know yet. Obviously, I'm still recording it, so I won't know the actual time frame. So I'm sorry about that. But I do have a lot of feelings about this draft, and I'll go into some players specifically, and some players that I think could definitely crack the top 10 that were drafted like in the second round, maybe third round, in the later rounds that I think and feel could be a good little asset to be picked up by that team. Okay, so, and another thing, please feel free to debate anything I'm saying here in the comments, please, but the only thing I ask is please keep it civil. If it does not say civil, I will step in and say, hey, please stop. And if it does not stop there, I will just delete that comment thread entirely and we won't have a round. So please keep it civil, but feel free to debate anything I'm saying here. And feel free to put any video suggestions in the comments that you want me to cover. I'm definitely open to covering some stuff, like the Jonas Johansson revisiting video. That was a requested video. I didn't plan on doing that so soon, but I was going to give him maybe a little bit more time, but, you know, somebody wanted it, I made it. So please feel free to reach out and say, hey, even if it's not here, even if it's like bring me an email or something, or tweeting me, or, which all that stuff's in the website, which is in the description of every single video I do. So please feel free to check out the description, because there is some merch there. There is a lot of different stuff. Like there's my Twitch, there's Twitter, there's my Facebook page, there's a lot of stuff on there. There's some content, and I also designed all of it myself. So don't get too, mean, because I did design it myself using HTML and CSS code. And I opted to go with the simple thing. I opted to ditch the all pink, because I feel like it looks more professional and better now. But yeah, let's get into the video. I'm really sorry this was a 4-minute intro, and I feel so bad that it was that long. Let's get into the video. Okay, first off, this was a really deep draft. Even just looking at it right now, just even really the top 10 picks easily could have been 1, 2, 3 in any other draft. Like Lafreniere, great talent right now, great potential. I feel like the Rangers are just stacked with guys like Kako, which that's our shade video I'm going to be doing soon, so please look out for that. Maybe next week is when it's going to come out. I haven't really decided when I'm going to schedule that. I haven't really recorded it yet, to be honest. But yeah, there's like Kako, there's Lafreniere, there's Kreider, there's not D'Angelo anymore, but there's a lot of guys. Justin Richards, a guy that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Just his online presence on Instagram really kind of caught my eye, and that's, I kind of been watching him, and I feel like he could be a decent depth forward for them. He signed a entry-level contract this past offseason with them. So the Rangers are in really, really good shape, especially with Lafreniere going first of all to them. They got some really good, really great chances of playoffs, and titles. It's a shame that Hank had to go, but goalies come and go. They have Gorgiev, and I think it's Shishorkin, right? So they have a really good young goaltending team. So Lafreniere going there, that's a great scenario for him to be in, because he can probably win some cups fairly soon with them, and he's young enough, and the core is young enough that the Kreider isn't really that young. But most of that team is young enough that they can keep it together. Maybe put together a mini dynasty. Maybe 2-3 cups in about 5-6 years, almost. I'm not gonna, say that they're definitely cup contenders, because obviously, right circumstances, and honestly, their coaching hasn't really been that good. They can find the right coach, and they can find maybe a couple more pieces to kind of shore up. Maybe some veterans for down the fourth line to help lead some of those younger guys and help, boost a little bit of that. If they can sign some veterans, maybe you sign one veteran for defense, maybe 1 or 2 veterans, you can scratch one of the veterans and add some leadership and kind of use the veterans to help grow that team. So Lafreniere, great position for him. Great position. I really feel like he's going to succeed in that organization. As sucky as they are right now, I feel like their future is really, really bright. So Lafreniere, definitely got to look out for in the coming years. Now, second overall, Byfield. He actually set a record, I believe. He was the first African American player taken top 3. So I really want him to succeed. I really want to make waves because let's be honest, there's not a lot of those guys. And I'm not trying to make it a race thing, but there's not a lot of African American talent in the league, and I feel like he can change it. I feel like he can get some other races involved in hockey and just make it all inclusive and just make it more than just a Canadian white guy sport. It's right now it's getting there. It's definitely getting towards an all inclusive. I have no problem with any kind of other race playing. It's just I see so many white guys. I want that change. I want it to be more like a baseball or a football where there's more diversity. I feel like there's more diversity in those sports between the amounts of players from each region of the world. I want to see other cultures involved, and so I feel like Byfield being taken that early really helps us out. Really helps to maybe get some other players involved. Wayne Simmons, great guy, great guy. However, Byfield has the bigger ceiling out of the two of them. I really like Wayne Simmons, and I feel like him and Byfield on the same line could do wonders for Byfield's development. So, LA really wants to develop him quickly and get a veteran. Get a veteran like Wayne Simmons to kind of play on the wings for him. Like Wayne Simmons would do, definitely. Joe Thornton, looking Couturier, Hurdle, I believe, on the Sharks is a really good guy. Maybe get somebody off free agency. I don't know. You don't always have to trade for him. So definitely, Byfield, if he wants to succeed, I believe that some veteran help on the same line will definitely get that going for him. So, and here's another great thing about Byfield. He has time. He's really young. He's second overall. I'm really excited to see what this guy can do for the Los Angeles team. I feel like this isn't a Mike Richards kind of situation. I feel like this is, and I say Mike Richards because I am not related to him, but I have a lot of respect for him because of how he played on ice. I mean, now the PGs, that made me lose a lot of respect, but I still have a lot of respect for Richards. And he kind of did a lot for LA. I don't think this is going to be like a Richards situation. I think they're going to make it to the finals. I don't think they're going to lose, though. I think that they can win the finals within 3-4 years with Byfield. I feel like Byfield is easily a very top 2 center. Maybe can go into that first line and Kopitar eventually hangs up the skates because let's be honest, Kopitar is kind of getting older. So, Byfield, great place for him to be in, and I really want to see that dude succeed because it would mean a lot to diversity and to getting more races into the game, getting more races exciting. Because if he succeeds, other people are going to be like, oh, wow, we have a chance now. And all that stuff. So, Byfield. Now let's go into the next one, which holds. Let's go. Actually, the Devils are in a really good position. I think they had 2 first rounders. I can't think of who the other one was, but Devils. I want to say that they're in good places to succeed, but no, they're not. Let's be honest. The Devils are going to be the Devils no matter what. They're like the Chargers of hockey. If you don't know who the Chargers are, look up the meme. Look up urinating tree and look up anything he does on the Chargers. You'll see what I'm saying, and you'll see the similarities between those two franchises. They're just a train wreck. Like, they have Jack Hughes, they have Heischer, and I want to see the Devils succeed. They have really good developmental guys. The thing is, the execution for an NHL team, it just isn't there. They have amazing development, amazing prospects going through their ranks, amazing development of prospects. However, it kind of does stall at some point because the execution just isn't there. They have so many great guys, and they just can't execute it to take that step over the hurdle and get to the playoffs. So Holtz definitely probably isn't in the best spot there, if I'm being honest with you guys. He's not in the best spot. I don't see the Devils succeeding really anytime soon. Now let's go to the Ottawa Senators. They got 2 guys. One, not back-to-back, but like 1, 2, and then they got another one. So they got 2 guys. One's a defenseman, one is who's a really good sought-after guy. Then the other is a definite forward and can help with scoring. This isn't an Erik Karlsson situation. I don't expect these guys to be able to do well within the Ottawa system. If I'm being honest, I feel like these guys are just going to be thrown to the wolves. Once they sign their contracts, I feel like they're going to be thrown to the wolves. Like Stützle, that's who it was. Stützle, I'm stupid. Stützle is who it was. That's who I was thinking of before. I can't remember the defenseman. But Tim Stützle, great guy. Great guy. He never developed for me in the NHL video game. I gave him as much as I could time, and he just wasn't developing. So I traded him. However, I feel like he has a really good chance to develop under the right circumstances, and I don't think that Ottawa can provide those circumstances. I feel like the ownership team there isn't the best, and I feel like he needs an ownership team that wants to build around him if he wants to succeed. So definitely looking out for Stützle and the other defensemen to maybe be involved in a trade or two. I'm not sure, but that would be the best case situation for Stützle. I know I'm probably going to be jumping around a lot here. Jamie Drysdale. A couple years ago in the video game, again, I'm a huge NHL gamer. Yeah, it's my time. Oh well. But Drysdale, he went first overall to me, or was he second? He was either first or second, but I really like this guy. I feel like he's going to bring a lot to the Ducks. I feel like he can really bring the Ducks to the next level. I feel like him, Gibson probably isn't going to be the future for a while, but I feel like him, Gibson, and like Max Jones are going to be definite future stars for the team. So I feel like if Drysdale can develop his game right and be able to stick in the NHL, and he can carve out a really good career. I really like that pick. I really love Drysdale. I'm in love with that dude. I love that pick. Let's look at now Jack Quinn. He went 8th overall to the Buffalo Sabres. I feel like they were so big. I feel like there are better players that could have fit their needs more other than Jack Quinn. I feel like we reached a lot for Jack Quinn. I don't like that pick. I want to like him. I want to see him succeed. I don't like the pick. I feel like there's a lot of different players that we could have taken other than him, some of which were much higher in potential, one of which went to Winnipeg. I forget his name. Sorry. I'm drawing a blank on everything here. It's late at night. It's fucking almost midnight. Please give me a break. However, here's the thing. We also got a guy that I like a lot in the second round, named J.J. Peterka. I feel like he can not even be a depth player. I feel like he can be a top 6 guy. I really love that pick. We trade up to get him, and I love Peterka. I don't think he signed his contract yet, but I want him to sign a contract with us as soon as possible. So I feel like he can definitely contribute to the Sabres. Sucky as they are, I feel like Peterka is going to be part of the future for the Sabres, no matter what you say. We also took Lemieux in the second round, so we don't always keep our second rounders that are developing good. Hopefully we keep him. If you know me, you know Buffalo is my favorite NHL team. However, here's the thing. Peterka, I want him to succeed. I want him to be that top 6 forward. I want him to be on our team for years to come. And I feel like he can definitely also carve out a good career with the Sabres. That's still to be debated. Honestly, with the Sabres, he may not have a lot of chances to get cups, but I feel like maybe with the Sabres, he has a chance at carving out a decent amount of games and decent amount of years in the league. I don't see why he can't with the Sabres. But maybe he'll stay with the Sabres for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, and then maybe after the 4th year, they trade him, or he goes somewhere else to win. But I definitely do see him as part of the future Sabres. Immediate future, still to be debated. I want him to be part of it, but he does have 4 years to be signed before he goes to free agency. So basically, we just have to wait for him to sign or not. I love him though, so hopefully he gets a really good guy, really good career going. Hendrix Lapierre, he was taken by Washington, I believe, at the end of the second round. At the end of the first round. I definitely wanted him to be a lot higher. If you saw my stream, which I believe is still up on YouTube, I view not the stream, but if you saw my video on my reactions to that, I wanted Hendrix to go a lot higher than what he did. I feel like that injury definitely scared a lot of teams away, but I feel like he's going to be a really great NHL player for Washington. If he can develop quickly, he can definitely, within the next 2 years, be a good, not even a depth player. He can be a good bottom 6, but he can, over the years, definitely make out a good top 6 career. I don't really see him being, let's be honest, I don't see him being a first-line starter player, superstar in the league. I don't see him doing it. However, I do like that game. I do like that get-up. I feel like he can definitely add a little bit of juice to that roster. And Washington, if you don't know my feelings on them, here's my feelings on them. I feel like they definitely will be going to rebuild when Ovechkin retires. I believe that they will trade everybody, Backstrom, and try and get as much futures. And I feel like that future will include Lapierre. I feel like Lapierre will be in that future rebuild and be a part of that team when the rebuild is done. So, take me at my word or don't. But I'm calling it now. He's going to be a part of that future. And now the last player I really want to touch on is Ozzie Weisblatt. I'm not going to put the video in here. However, when he was being announced, I think it was something Jr., whoever was the vice president of the Sharks signed his name because his mom is deaf. That made my day. That made my heart, beat out of control. I loved it. Ozzie. That's only signed, and I believe it made that mom's world just light up. I believe it made her day too. It made my day as a fan just watching that. It was so sweet. I have a lot of respect for that guy, and I hope that the Sharks are able to keep him and, keep him in his little role, maybe even promote him, because that's great. That's amazing that he did that, and it's just really sweet. I can't even stand enough how much I love that. Now, touching Ozzie. Ozzie, I love the guy. I want him to succeed. However, I see him being a third line player. I don't see him, maybe second at most. I don't really see him being a first line star. I definitely see him succeeding and carving out maybe 100, 200, 300, 400 NHL games when it's all said and done. But he is definitely going to require some time in the AHL, which that's going to cut into his career time in the NHL and kind of bring his games down. But I do believe that eventually, if he takes his time and doesn't rush himself back from any kind of injuries or that stuff, he will be able to carve out a good third line spot at the very least. So take that with a grain of salt. we'll take everything that I say here with a grain of salt, because that's not the final word. There's still a lot of years to go. This was the first year of that draft. Isn't even over yet. We're not even to the 2021 draft yet. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, you guys can comment some stuff that you want me to do. Comment some, opinions on that. We can debate that. But keep it civil, like I said. That being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.